Shalom. Back out here once again. Back on the highways and hedges. And as always, I want to start off by giving all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, rule well, and who have taught us his knowledge. Salutations to you fellow laborers out there, all you Akim that's doing work of true sincerity. Shalom to you all as well. Shalom to the Akwaf that believe as well. You know, the few sisters. The spirit been heavy on getting on Eve, you know, the Judite women. And that's something you gotta expect. You know, you gotta remember that the serpent is continually beguiling her. All right, and if you don't know who Eve is so-called black woman. All right, and he's continually to beguile her, and she's talking into the serpent, which is Esau, Edom. The same spirit in the serpent is in Esau, Edom, all right, the so-called white man. So you gotta expect that she's going to be against you. Okay, the book of let me get that. These curses didn't just come up on, just the sons of Israel. The daughters of Israel are under curses as well. Starting with, the lead tribe woman, the woman of Judah. All right. So, real quick, let me get this in the book of Micah. This is Micah 7:10. It says, "Then she that is mine enemy, shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, thy power?" All right, because, hey, you better believe the Judite woman see the Judite man on the highways and hedges, right? The Judite woman see the Judite man going across seas, passport bros, to get real feminine women. Even if they of the same tribe in different places, right? They just feminine and they woman-like versus the so-called black woman here in America. See? But she that is my enemy, all right, which is the women, right? She gonna see it, right? It says, she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where's the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So that's what's going to happen to a lot of these women out here. All right, start with the so-called black women of the tribes. Okay, a lot of them going to be trodden down. They ain't good. They can't provide protection. You men got to realize that you're the fucking prize, man. All right, women ain't no prize. You hear, especially the nigga woman. She always, what can you do for me? No, what can you do for me? You got to treat her like fucking like the UPS slogan. What can Brown do for you? Bitch, what can you do for me? Excuse my French. That's how you gotta deal with the nigga woman, man. Alright? Because they already just proud. The scripture speak about in Isaiah the 3rd chapter. Alright, they walking with stretched forth necks, head in the sky, all proud and shit. Nose up, turned up at her man, like she's better than her man. Alright? That's how she carry on. She have no respect for her man. That's why a lot of you women, especially you women of the tribe of Judah, you're gonna be tracked down, man. All right, from Judah on down, a lot of you gonna be tracked down because you out of order, man. All right, simply put, you're out of order. All right, tracked down like trash that's in the street, man. A lot of you women are trash, man. A lot of women in America are trash, man. That ain't no opinion. That ain't no misogynist statement. No, that's the truth, man. Even the men of of the northern tribes, we deal with other women. Other than Judite women for the most part. I know I do. I had an Israelite woman tell me, she's like, you must hate your mother. Like, why? Because I don't deal with, the woman really. I was like, nah, my mom, all right. We straight. But they think that because, I'm not going with a woman of my tribe, which my mother's of intensive Jew. Just they really just, they're not good mothers, man. They're not good mothers. They're not good wives. Okay. And the few that are, kudos to you, But most of them aren't. Most of them aren't, man. All right, now let me get this real quick. Let me get this precept. All right, because look at Esau, Edom, which I was watching interview with this guy the dude was just on the Breakfast Club. Larry the dude run for president, Larry God damn, what's his name, man? The Larry dude, he was just on the Breakfast Club. And
see Cornel West.
It wasn't Cornel West, I know who he is. Man, it's he running for president. Go to YouTube and go on the Breakfast Club channel. Light skinned Jake with the, I don't know, you got the fucking perm or what? But he was on there. He was talking about the he a coon. Larry Elder, that's his name. Larry Elder. Now, one thing, I watched the interview. You seen the interview yet? So the interview,
huh? Don't even know him, huh?
Well, I don't know him either. But Jake running for president, you know what I'm saying? I had to check into it because it was a podcast I watched, and he was talking about how he had destroyed the Breakfast Club. You feel me? And when I seen the interview, I'm like, yo, that ain't, I was watching videos this morning, getting up, and I'm like, yo, that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? What he's saying is, on one behalf, you speak about the the system of Esau. That's something that he's just trying to cover up. He's an apologist, right? And then you have it where he was talking about the so-called black woman, the woman of Judah, and how fatherlessness is an issue in Jake community, right? So I'm like, yeah, I agree with that part. And it's like, it's a two-way street though, right? It's a two-way street between the so-called black woman, woman of Judah, which, originally Eve, all right, going back to the garden, all right, her dealing hand in hand with the adversary, the serpent, which is Esau today. Now, when you go to Genesis 3, real quick, right? Go to Genesis 3, show you something. Because it's still going on today. All right, it's still going on today. All right, I'm going to read this while you're getting that. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thy backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall surpass a man. Now, you look at that, right? A woman has no business in the leadership role or kind of any kind of authoritative position. But in this society, women have position of authority. You know what I'm saying? And like this one Katani chick, Katani Brown, whatever her name, she's one of like the top DOJ officials.
Supreme Court.
Yeah, Supreme Court judge.
Right.
That shouldn't be going on. Because this society is a feminist society.
Right.
Before Esau came over here, our women was in order. So-called Native woman, so-called Latino woman, you call them today. Because one thing about even men today, young men, they don't understand what order is. My woman could do this, wear this. A lot of these dudes is really suckers, man. They really soft and effeminate. They don't know how to tell women to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Babe, you got it. I tell my woman any day, man, hey, yo, shut up, man. You shut up or you can go. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be honest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of that is geared to what society have done to women. You know what I'm saying? And what's that, 1 Timothy 2? It says, I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over a man. So Ketanji Brown, whatever her name, how you pronounce it, she shouldn't be in the Supreme Court judge position. That's Esau doing. All right, Esau have put her up in that position, her fucking head to the clouds, can't turn her nothing, right? Kind of like the one old chick, Maxine Waters, the old Jew-like woman from California, the Democrat, she's part of the Democratic Party, you know, which is no difference. You're a Republican Democrat, you're in the same party behind closed doors, you know, it's just no different. She's gonna speak about the Republicans and Praetorians,
Sure.
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, you know, the women is in the position they shouldn't have. All right, and he was talking about how government assistance, how they didn't use it against the men of Judah, which they did, because Lyndon Baines Johnson, president of the United States, he knew once they because if you give a woman say you give a woman 2 options, right? Now this is the civil rights era, right? Jim Crow era, right? If you give a woman, or the so-called black woman, benefits that she needs to take care of herself and her children, or she can go without and be with her man, but she take these benefits and she, you know, can't have her man at home, which the man is the foundation. All right, a father is the foundation of a home. It's you go to Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach 3. Where it says the fathers, I brought it up the other week.
You guys reading old or new?
Both.
Both, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
The Testament just means covenant.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, like you go to the word testament, it means covenant. All right, covenant. Another word for or another term for covenant is harmonious arrangement.
Okay.
All right, which the Lord made with the children of Israel, man.
Sure.
So anybody that's of so-called Negro, Latino, Native American descent, whether you are confused or patient or not, because there are people that I don't know what you are, but you know, that look like you,
Yeah.
that they bloodline by the house of their fathers, because in America they don't teach you how bloodline is passed.
Yeah.
Your bloodline is passed through your fathers.
Mm.
So, if grab a chair for me. Grab a chair for it. That's what that chair for. Go out. So, your bloodline is passed to your fathers. So if your fathers go back to the slaves that was forced to have, you know, the master slave, master wife,
Yeah.
forced the slaves to have sex with her, whatever.
Yeah, gross stuff.
Right? Yeah, it's all kind of American history is heinous.
It's pretty gross.
But if you go back to one of these people, you're an Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the more importantly, if you believe, all right, because contrary to Vocab Malone, all right, contrary to Vocab Malone, he think that we say all white people are Edomites. Because when you go in the Bible, you know who Esau is, by the way? Let me ask you.
No.
Have you ever heard of Esau, Edom?
No.
All right, so real quick, can you grab Genesis 25? Yeah, grab Genesis 25. Because everybody don't see when you hear about people of the Lord, you hear about the people that call themselves Jewish, right?
Right.
The Lord didn't create Jewish people. The Lord created the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yes.
Okay, and that word alone goes back to the word Judah, which they wouldn't even call it Judah back then. It wasn't no J till 1524.
Yeah.
So when you go into the names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, which they don't speak, you would find out the name, Yahweh. All right, have you find a name in it, and that's their tribe. So with that being said, they don't speak his name because Malachi 1:14 tell you that his name is dreadful among the heathen.
Mm.
So they say Hashem and things like that.
Sure.
Because they don't say Hashem. Ha means the, and it's not Shem, it's Shem. All right, meaning name, the name. So that's what they say.
Sure.
So people of the Lord, all right, which you see right here, Judah's a so-called Negro, all right, and that's what they get. And not just Judah, but Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, collectively known as, you know, you say the Jews. Okay, it's like a title or like a nickname, if you will. Right. So go to Genesis 25, read that. 25, that's cool.
Genesis 25, verse 1.
I said 25.
Genesis 25.
Verse 25, yeah.
Genesis 25, verse 25. And the verse came out red all over, like a hairy garment.
All right, so the first came out. Now I'm gonna speed you up, right? So Isaac and Rebecca, all right, was having, you know, they conceived and they came together, had sex. That's what conceived means. So a woman and the man come together and have sex, and she received the man's seed, which is sperm, right?
Sure.
And so she's having twins,
Uh-huh.
all right? And the Lord told her, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 men of people are going to be separated from thy bowels. One people going to be stronger than the other. The elder shall serve the younger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they was born, this is Genesis 25 and 25. It said the what? The first what?
And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Right. So when you look at everybody on earth today, right? You have people that have a pigment of brown. You have people that have a pigment of red. All right. Now, the reason why you would have a pigment of red is because you lack brown pigment, or you don't have brown pigment, because that's something that Esau was born with. Because after the flood, we all came back. All right. And before the flood happened, you had Cain, which he was stripped of his brown pigment or melanin.
So the red is like quote unquote like white people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why we say so-called white people, because they really different shades of red, right?
Yeah.
So
Someone made up the labels. To
right, because white means
separate
clean
us,
appear.
separate us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which the small hats did that, all right?
Yeah.
So
And it's still used today. People are, this guy's black, this guy's white.
right, because black is a bad word.
Yeah.
Black is that's why anything associated with black is looked upon as evil.
Yeah.
Because the word black means evil and wicked.
Yeah.
So
the smart person, like the person who understands,
mhm.
like, those people are so smart, right? There's people who can do calculus or whatever,
Right.
that are very highly, that have, understood the knowledge, right? But they lack true intelligence, because
Right.
knowing that we're all one is
Well, you could say we all come from Adam. That's a fair statement.
yeah.
All right, because the scriptures say that, 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter, said, go to that real, drop that, because saying Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment, and we know why, because Esau's skin is translucent, meaning the blood shows forth from his skin.
Yeah.
So go to 2 Ezra 6:54, because that's who Esau be today.
Okay.
So you catching on good. That's fine.
Yeah.
So you said we all one, right?
Yeah.
The Lord make a separation, right? We're gonna hit that one, and then we'll go back to Deuteronomy 32. Hit
Book
that
of
one.
2 Esdras chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou hast made Lord of all thy creatures.
Because we all creatures or creations of the Lord, right?
Oh, totally.
Fair.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Of him come we all.
Yeah, we all come about. Like I was mentioning, after the flood, we all came back. Before the flood, we was all here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after the flood, the Lord made the separations, right?
Sure.
And He gave the nations their names.
Mm.
All right, go ahead.
And the people also, whom thou hast chosen.
Right. So the Lord has a chosen people.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's clear. If you know anything about the Bible, the Lord has a favorite. Just like we have favorites.
That's like the Jew. Like, is it the Jewish or the chosen ones, or
the chosen people are the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not that's a made up term or made up nationality.
Jewish, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if they
Seemed a little confused.
because the Lord called them Israelites, not Israelis.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That term is not even used in the scriptures,
Yeah.
except for like
you were saying,
fables.
Jewish comes from
Judah.
Judaism.
Read that again.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou hast made Lord of all thy creatures.
Yep.
Of him come we all.
Yep, we come on, Adam. Go ahead.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
The Lord chosen the Israelites, all right, to be His people. Now, how can I prove that? I go to the book of Deuteronomy, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. And it reads, it says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God, this is Moses telling the children of Israel what thus said the Lord, right?
Sure.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Mm.
And when you go into the history of that, when nobody at the Mount Sinai besides the children of Israel.
Sure.
Okay, so that's how you know that who was Moses. Moses himself was Israelite of the tribe of Levi.
Yeah.
Okay, so go back. Could you read now?
Verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou hast made Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all. And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Yeah, so we know who the Lord chosen. Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. And as for the other people, which also come of Adam,
That's right. All the other people, all the other nations.
mm-hmm.
That's what it's referring to, right? Go ahead.
thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle.
Yeah, and Isaiah said the same thing in Isaiah the 40th chapter, in the 17th verse. Go to I'll get it. So that's what Christianity don't want you to know.
So what is your? I gotta leave here in a couple minutes, but what is your main message?
Oh, well, the main message is like the Messiah said. He said, "Go out to the highways and hedges, compel them to come in, that my house may be filled." Because the Lord's house is the children of Israel, the house of Israel, whom the world ignorantly and stupidly called Jesus Christ. His name is Yahushua. He said, "Think not that I am sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." He came as himself. He had Israelites over in Jerusalem, and he had us over here in the Americas.
Sure.
But he said, "I have sheep that's not of his fold." So people call us Native Americans or Hispanics. No, we the northern tribes of Israel. And the elites of the society know that.
More accurate.
The elites of the society know that. That's why they came on this side of the world. They put all of us in the same captivity together with our brethren of this other kingdom. So that's the message. We're trying to wake up the elect, all right, of our people, and tell them that prepare themselves for the groom, all right, because the nation of Israel is like unto a comely, delicate woman, and we're the bride of the Most High. And the Lord said, "What? I am married to you." The word marriage going to join. All right. So, long story short, if you are of the seed by the line of your fathers, I don't know what your father is.
Nationality.
Yeah, where you come from?
Yeah,
Because you have the Israelites among all people, and they look like the different nations too.
I think back a couple generations, Luxembourg, by Germany.
Germany. You got some Israelites in Germany.
Yeah.
Going back to the Moors, and even this guy Adolf Hitler, he knew who the people of the Lord was.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted to burn the Bible.
Yeah, he wanted.
Because the Bible tell you who the people of the Lord is. He even describe them. He describe how we look and everything. So that's why he wanted to burn the Bible. Actually, you go into the history of him. He wanted to burn the Bible because that's the evidence. People say, "Well, how you got evidence that you are Israelite?" Romans 8:16 say the Spirit itself. Which this book comes with the Spirit.
Yeah.
It's the Holy Spirit, the Lord's Word. It says that the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are children of the Most High.
Sure.
All right. So, like I said, I don't know, but more importantly, if you believe.
Yeah.
Because you can be a speckled bird. Because Jeremiah 12:9 said, "My heritage unto me is a speckled bird, which has several colors." So I don't know.
Sure.
But more importantly, if you believe, the Lord give you the gift of faith. So that's what's more about. That's what's more about. But if you're Edomite, and you're a Moabite, so-called Chinese, Ammonite, so-called Japanese, Ishmaelite, so-called Arab,
Sure.
The different nations, Elam, East Indians, right? If you are actually a heathen nation that came against us, Psalms 83rd chapter, the cut us off has been a nation. Well, the scriptures say that in Revelation 13:10, he that leadeth this captivity shall go into captivity.
I got you.
So the heathen nations, because they don't tell you this when you learn history. That's why critical race theory is so scrutinized. There's such a controversy around it, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, within America, like you said earlier, American history is very heinous.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Cover
Because,
up
yeah.
their mistakes.
Because the word,
The wrongdoing. They paint themselves to be
whitewashing.
White. Yeah.
Whitewashing. So
Clean, pure, man.
yeah.
When we're all born.
The word America itself, you look up the word America, it goes back to the word bitterness.
Bitterness.
Yeah, because it simply means bitter.
Oh yeah.
And America have been bitter to these people, which is all our tribes. And so right now, you see what's going on right now. The economy is crashing. Jobs are failing. You seeing, now you're seeing like plagues hit. This place is known as Babylon. Babylon the Great. America.
Oh man.
Yeah, America is Babylon. Also known as the daughter. Go to Psalms 137 and verse 7. And even the Bible Belt Christians, they know about America being Babylon.
Do you you identify with is it Catholicism or
No. I'm just acknowledging them knowing that this place is Babylon,
Yeah.
also known as the daughters of Babylon.
I got you.
They're gonna prove it right here.
The book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
Yeah, remember, oh Lord, the children of Edom, because America is ruled by the Edomites.
Edomites,
You go back to the so-called founding fathers, and even before then, you had Christopher Columbus come over to the islands or whatever,
Sure.
and then he laid on the English, the Spanish, and the Conquistadors, all that, right?
Yeah.
They all were Edomites, and they
Mhm.
came in Christianity, right? They made up a false image, which they made up this image right here. They made up the bottom image.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Even today, over down in Brazil, they have this statue of him like this here over Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
That's a false image. The biblical image of our Lord is like this:
Yeah.
burnt brass skin, woolly hair, which is like an afro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is him. Okay, the image that the Bible gives us, the express image that the Heavenly Father had given us. All right, but it says, "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom." All right, go ahead.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
Because that's the main. Jacob and Esau is the main two arch enemies of each other. All right, go ahead.
In the day of
The
Jerusalem.
day of Jerusalem, because even though the Babylonians had besieged Jerusalem, and it was bad, right? But when the Edomites besieged Jerusalem, when they was the Greeks and the Romans,
Sure.
they totally fucking burned it down. Like this guy Titus, the son of Vespasian,
Yeah.
he burned down the temple, and they make a statue to commemorate him burning down, the temples, and him capturing,
Backwards,
huh?
Backwards logic, right?
Well, that's from my thing is this, right?
Like we're glamorizing the
Destruction of the Lord's people.
yeah.
Not.
Well, we don't the people who
But let me ask you something, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, right? Because this word anti-Semitism go around, right?
Yeah.
Now check this out, right?
Yeah.
Why would you not cry out anti-Semitic or anti-Semitism for a fucking statue honoring the destruction of your people if you're the people?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes fucking sense,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
If I'm one of the people whom the Lord created to be His chosen people, and we got trodden down by the Edomites,
Mm-hmm.
and they burned down our shit and really murdered a lot of my people. Why would I not cry out anti-Semitism for them, honoring this by making replicas around the world, commemorating them destroying my people? That makes no fucking sense. But anytime a real Israelite say that he's an Israelite, then it's anti-Semitic. When you bring out the real truth of who the Israelites are, then you be anti-Semitic. Like Kyrie Irving said, how can I be anti-Semitic when I am Semitic? Because the real word is Shemitic, meaning we come from Shem.
Yeah.
So, and then they ain't had no more rebellion for that. They ain't had no rebellion for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Because what did he say? He ain't say nothing wrong.
it's like
It's the simple fact that he have a platform, and by him knowing that he's an Israelite, he can influence the masses of the people because they know him.
mm-hmm.
And the scriptures tell you about a man that's a rich man. They extol his words to the clouds, so they can hear him say something or Kanye West say something, and then oh man, we Israelites now. Then that's gonna be trouble because why? They don't want us to know this. The world kept.
Oh yeah.
The world's best kept secret is that the so-called black people, the so-called Native American people, so-called Hispanic people, all right, are the children of Israel, the people of the Lord.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think obviously it's
Yeah.
like,
But you thought the other people was there.
throughout all history, it's like
They all dark.
They're like fucking evil as shit, you know?
But
So, yeah, it's like
So-
whites are like the evil ones. I would think, you know.
That's a fair statement, right?
I don't associate with a certain color, so to speak,
Right.
I think we're all one.
But that's the terminology we use today. I get it. So it says, "O daughter of Jerusalem." Go to that verse. It says, "O daughter of Babylon."
Next verse.
Yeah. Go ahead, read it.
Psalms 137, verse 8. O
Yeah.
daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, because it mentioned Edom and it mentioned the daughter of Babylon.
Yeah.
Because this is a representation of the old Babylonian kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
It's a representation of old Egypt.
Sure.
That's why you have the pyramid on the dollar bill.
Yeah.
It's a representation of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Because the scriptures say this place is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right?
Yeah.
And it's also a representation of of the Roman Empire.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
That's why everything is set up the way it's set up. You got the House of Senate.
Yeah.
You got the Republicans and plebeians, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything is came back. The whole system of America is based on Roman Latin language and culture, and even the infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the buildings.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you know, that's why the scriptures say in Revelation 13 chapter, his deadly wound was healed. The beast, that beast was the Romans. That's why Rome was revived through America.
Yeah.
They know, and like people know that. People know that.
Hey, what's your name?
Huh? I'm Hardad.
Hardad?
Yeah,
Alright.
Yeah, so hey, you know, hey, if your father is Israelite, man, you know. I mean, like I said, I don't know, but hey, just look it up, man. Look it up, and it's more important if your spirit agree with the the Holy Spirit, which is the Lord's word. That's more important, and then you be given the gift of faith. Because yeah, you got many Israelites around the world,
Mm-hmm.
but if you ain't been given the gift of faith, that's the biggest issue right there you're gonna have, because you wanna be able to you wanna have the gift of faith and to be able to receive the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah. Got you guys.
All right, man.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
I'll see you guys around.
You too, man. So yeah, you know, what's that you was reading?
Psalms 137, verse 8.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, say, oh, yeah, read it again.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Right, because the nation of Edom, they served us Israelites with slavery. All right, and all the heinous things. You know, that's why, like I was talking to him. You know, when they talk about the history of America, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it because why? It's so fucking heinous and evil and wicked. It's a shame unto. That's why it says Obadiah that for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And also say they're gonna be shameful spewing on Esau. That's why they don't want you to teach about slavery, no more. And I was like, I was in the spirit earlier. I was thinking through the spirit, man. On the way up here, man, to camp, I was thinking to myself like how they treat Issachar and which are the so-called Mexicans. You know, they're Native Americans too. But you had this guy Larry Elder. You had Larry Elder, all right, talking about illegal immigrants coming into the country. What's they referring to? Who? Mainly Issachar. Now, when you go into the history, of the so-called Mexicans, did not they share this land, all right, with us? The answer is yes. And that's how you know that. That's how you know that Esau put that wedge between them, because you know Issachar don't make a fuss about it, but you know the truth is they native to so-called America too. Mainly west of this land was mainly theirs. Out there, out west, mainly out west. You know. So you look at them now; they're illegal immigrants. You know, they call them all kind of heinous things, robbers, murderers, part of all the Mexican gangs. Which Jake get into all kinds of shit, but they're not the worst things in society. Esau is, all right, which I believe my man is, he came up peacefully, but I think he was coming up crouching, honestly. But I don't know. Time will tell. It is what it is. I gave him the truth though. All right, I told him the truth. If you were Edomite or other nation, you go into slavery, man. You didn't leave this captivity, you're gonna go into captivity. All right, but anyways. Let me grab something real quick. I want to bring that up too. Cause I'm watching the Larry Elder interview. That was an interview that was like, typical Jake wanna fucking get accepted from Esau. This is Genesis 49 and 14. It says Issachar is as strong as couching down between two burdens. Yeah, because one of the major burdens that Issachar have is the working conditions, the living conditions, right? One of the major burdens that Issachar have. Issachar had that they gotta work these hard ass jobs They don't really pay them much. But you know, through all that, they know how to survive. Though they can save their monies up, save their pennies, right? And they can, you know, they can go obtain things, you know, go buy a house, you know, buy a vehicle, and they buy things with cash too. Okay. And that proves too that y'all Israelites, because it says that in Jeremiah 50 and 33 that the children of Israel and the children of Judah were impressed together. And so for you so-called Mexicans out there, which are the tribe of Issachar, and the word Issachar means Mount Ireland, by the way, and let you know you're Israelite. You know? Because you in the ghettos with your brethren. All right, you in the ghettos with your brethren. You're oppressed with your brethren. All right, you're in slavery with your brethren. I mean, point blank period. All right, and you know, you have laborers as well. All right, it's gonna have laborers as well. All right, so matter of fact, this is Jeremiah 50 and 33. I'm gonna read the whole thing. It says, Jeremiah 50 and 33, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. So even to this very day, you're still in captivity with your brother. Okay? You haven't been let go because you don't, when Cinco de Mayo come around, that's not in celebration of you having independence. What do you have independence from? You know?
Yeah, it was on Sunday.
You don't have independence from no one.
Yeah, no, that place was, there was
All right,
like one other person in there.
Cortez took you down. Okay? You know, the Spanish took you down, all right, and put you in captivity. Okay? You don't own or control anything. All right? You haven't been set free or given liberty to have your own land, be governed by the, the law of the Most High, which the law of the Most High, that's what's given to the Israelites. And you see, they had the commandments on the they had the commandments on the Decalogue stone, also known as the Lost Lunar stone. Right? You're not able to live by them, the whole law. I'm sure it was more. Okay. But still, you're not able to live by that. Okay. They're using not just Issachar, the Latin tribes down in Central and South America. They're using sterilization on the women and men. All right. So I mean, that let you know that you're an Israelite, man. You're in the same condition as your brothers, not just Mexicans, so-called Puerto Ricans. All right, you down there in what's this Venezuela? All you Central and South American countries that go back to the tribes. All right, you're being oppressed and you're still in captivity because you're all the Lord's people, man. All right. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing that It ain't nothing you can do to get out of the situation you're in, except by Yahweh Shema Shah redeeming you. All right. So moving along. I want to touch on something, right? Because you had it where so the Larry Elder guy, you know how the presidential candidates talk about. They talk about voting. Well, when you know the history or the real thing about voting, popularity votes don't get you in. All right, the presidents are pre-selected. All right. Yeah, pre-selected. They look at it like the president is something voted in. Okay. This is real quick. gonna grab this precept real quick. Matter of fact, get to the Exodus chapter 4, which the Lord said He put a difference between the Egyptians and the children of Israel.
Exodus chapter 11, verse 7. But against any But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that how that the Most High doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Yeah, so they brought up Obama. You know, they brought up Obama. And to most of our people, they don't know that Obama is not one of our people. You know, he's of Hamite descent. Okay? And we're not, you know, we're not Hamites, neither are our brethren in the southern kingdom. They're not Hamites. Just because we're dark don't mean that we're Hamites. All right? So when they put Obama in office, they knew what they were doing. And even Larry Elder guy, he was like, yeah, things got worse. They used a lot of racists while he was in office. I mean, yeah. You notice when Obama was the president, a lot of Jakes got killed. The public shootings of young so-called Negro boys, you know, Jewite boys was, you know, on the rise. The Trayvon Martins of the world, the Michael Browns of the world, you know. So that lets you know right there, because one thing about Jake got a conscience. All right, Jake got a conscience. Okay, and so you shouldn't be voting anyway because he's not one of your. He wasn't one of your people, which I made a mistake too. You know, I had made that mistake. You know, I was come on, man. You know, I was thinking shit gonna change. You know, I didn't know the truth way back then. You know, so I was like hoping shit gonna change. I thought it was one of our people in the office, you know. It fooled shit out of me too, you know. When you learn the truth, I look back. When I learned the truth, I look back on it like, damn, that was Esau deceiving us, you know. Somebody that have a brown face in office, you know, look like us, like, you know what I'm saying? Thinking he gonna be for us, he ain't do anything for us, it made shit worse. So Obamacare is like one of the worst shit that happened. It forces you to it forces you to, or sway your mind to let the government do things to you you're not supposed to do. All right? This is Deuteronomy 17 and verse 15. Actually, starting verse 14. It says, when thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me, right? Because that's what Jake wanted one of their own to be king, right? So Obama wanted one of your own, all right? But yet Jake was, you know, wanted him to be king over them, okay? It says, verse 15, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. See? So, again, Jake was going off, I want to put the heathen over him. Right? Somebody going to be king over you, got to be one of thy brethren. This is what? An Israelite. Okay? Because the heathens, you know, they only are jealous of us, and they do things to oppress us and to rule over us, you know, enslave us, and we don't prosper, you know, under these heathen. All right, we're only trotting down under the heathen. You know, that's why we're spoiled to this very day as a nation, because we're under the heathen nations. All right, now, especially dealing with the Edomites. The Edomites are the arch enemies of us Israelites. Okay, so when you wanna you know, put an Edomite over the people, especially, you gotta remember that Esau, he wants their birthright back. He wants that birthright back. He wants that blessing that was given to Jacob. Okay, That's why he wanted to murder Jacob. He wanted that blessing that he had got from his father Isaac before he died. And Esau, you know the story. Esau came in weeping, but it was too late because it was set up for Jacob to get it. Okay? And then, right, so in this very day, right, with the MOTB, what Esau want to do? Make you a perpetual slave, right? That's what the Quran was for. All right, the RFID device they want to put in you, it's gonna make you a perpetual slave. All right, to Esau. All right. Now I'm gonna get a precept real quick.
So my question is,
Go to Exodus 21 real quick. Read something for me. Exodus 21. Yes. How y'all doing, Brother Brother Manuel, Moses? How y'all doing? You can start at Exodus 21. You start at top. You start at top.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 1. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve. And in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing.
Yeah, because you go into the ordinances, it's the way you take a Hebrew servant or slave, okay? The way you treat them, it's the way you or how long you will have one, okay? Go ahead. So it's 7 years you will let him go out. All right, go ahead.
If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself.
All right.
If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him.
Right.
If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters.
So look, check this out. So what it says in Baruch 3 and 8? Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, right? So even knowing that, all right, right? When you get you a woman, all right, really whose woman it is? Esau's woman. Why? When you're born, that birth certificate, that social security card that you get, them are your bond papers or slave papers. See? So really, yeah, if you got a woman that's loyal to you, and serve you and loyal to you, hey, kudos, hey, good for you, brother. You brothers out there, right? But keep in mind, just like Job said, are thou like the foolish woman? When he started to get afflicted and she turned on him? Because that can happen to you. He just read to you, if you get a wife and under that, read it again.
If his master has given him a wife.
So your master has given you a wife. You get a woman, she got a birth certificate and social security card and my bond papers. Go ahead.
And she had borne him sons or daughters.
So even your sons or daughters, right? Go ahead.
The wife and her children shall be her masters.
So really, they are children biologically, but shit, they ain't our children. But who your woman listen to? She listen to Esau. Even the so-called white man, she listen to him. She take them to the public schools. They indoctrinate our children. All kind of craziness. They. How you doing? I'm pretty good. So when they go to school, your children go to school, like what they teach your daughters and sons today about gender neutrality. They got gender neutrality going to school. When they teach your sons and daughters it's okay to think that if you're a son or a boy, it's okay to think you're a girl, and vice versa. See? And the Lord created male and female. All right. Also, They influencing same-sex marriages, right? They influence them cutting off their body or sex change. That's all being promoted in America. That's polluting the mind of children. Like this guy Dwayne Wade, so he was sent to the Hall of Fame, right? And then they praise this dude like he's some model citizen or something, what you call it, a role model, right? But look what he's doing. He's very effeminate. All right, what he's doing behind closed doors is coming through him and his son. Because his son, what's his son? Went from Zaire to Zaya Wade. Yeah, it's Dwayne Wade, huh?
Zara, I think.
Yeah, he went from Zaire to Zaya.
Yeah, Zaya.
Google it real quick. Dwayne Wade's son. No, look that up. Cause that's what they teach your children. They teach your children that things like that okay, but the Bible, that's not okay with the Heavenly Father. That's why this place got to go. That's why the Lord had the purpose of America to be destroyed. This is a place of wickedness, man. All right.
Zaire.
What's the other son? The one that's with the sex change.
Zaya.
So Dwayne Wade has a son called Zaya Wade. So personally, now I know that a father is the foundation of a family, but shit, to me, they was doing better with their mother. I ain't never said that, but under Dwayne Wade's parenting skills, look at what his son become. And that's fucked up, man. So read Amos 9:8. 9:8 or 9:7. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon this simple kingdom." And we're gonna go back to matter of fact, before you read that, Shlaki. Go back to Exodus 21. Let's finish that off real quick. Shlaki. I'll make the point. Shlaki.
The book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
If his master has given him a wife,
Yeah.
and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's,
Right.
and he shall go out by himself.
See? Keep going.
And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges.
Read loud, talk about it.
And his master shall bring him unto the judges.
Uh-huh.
And he shall also bring him to the door,
Uh-huh.
or unto the doorpost. And his master shall bore his ear through with and all, and he shall serve him forever.
So that's comparable unto you can get that RFID device, that's the new CBDC, right? What you're doing is you receive his mark, all right? This is written in the Revelation 13th chapter, which is that charagma, that RFID device the size of a grain of rice. You're basically it's the same thing as boring your ear, all right? You born your ear with an awl, make you a perpetual slave. So that's the same thing you're doing if you receive that charagma, okay? That's the same thing, because that makes you a slave to the bankers, all right? Which are the elites of Esau, the Amalekites, which are the Rothschilds, all the central banking families, man, all the elites, man. All right, they want everybody to be a perpetual slave. So you receive that device, that makes you a perpetual slave. All right, and you don't know, man. You can have a woman, children. She's trying to get that RFID. All right, get that device, and you got no power over that. All right. That's why I always tell brothers, hey man, you just be thankful the Lord had given you this knowledge, and the Lord really chose you to be a part of the elect, because you don't know if your woman and your children are gonna make it. I was just going to the other day, a couple days back, that a man's foes should be they have his own household. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll bring it out. I'll bring it out now. Okay. And that's the truth, you know. So, Matthew 10 and I'll start at 35 or 34. Matthew 10 and 34 it says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Now this is Yahushua speaking. Okay? Keep that in mind. It says, verse 35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. So a foe is an enemy. So the enemies can be they of your own household. See? Mother, grandmother, your granddaddy, sister, brother, children, woman. You don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with hoping, you know, or praying for them, or that you know, the Lord will deliver you and them. But the Lord could be just dealing with you. You know? And your family could deliver you up to be, you know, put to death. You know? See, Jake don't, you know, well, I'll say this. You brothers got to think about that. Your own people that claim they love you, all right, can be the same ones that deliver you up to be, you know, put to death by Esau, man, in that day. All right. That's why you gotta take, you gotta take things into consideration, man. Okay. Mark 13 and 12, it says, now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son, and children shall rise up against their parents, and shall cause them to be put to death. Okay? That can happen, man. You gotta remember that your whole family's not doing the will of the Lord, man. Okay? Your whole family's not doing the will of the Lord. You read Matthew 12 and 50, Yahushua said, behold, he said, behold, my mother, my sister and brethren are them that do the will of the Lord. Okay?
I just want to give a real quick update because I know some people.
No, that's who your family is, right? Those that do the will of the Lord. All right? Because, like I said, your whole family ain't doing the will of the Lord, man. And you look at your family members, right? When you see them, right? Let me ask you something, brother. When you around your family, right? Don't they eat all manner of things? Right? They eat all manner of things. They eat a lot of swine. They may grill some lobster. Put pork grills on the cookout on the grill. You know what I'm saying? You talk to them about the Lord, they abhor you. So, I mean, you gotta consider that. If they're not willing to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I mean, what they make you? They make them enemies. You know? So you gotta keep that in mind, you know? It says, now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and shall cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Okay? So the ones that endure to the end, you know, we're the ones gonna be saved. You know, we gotta endure this thing. But you don't, like I said, you don't know. The wife might line up and say, you know what, skip there, I'm getting the Quran. And take your children and get the Quran behind your back. You know? That can happen. You don't know. That's why it's important for you to understand and to focus on the will of the Lord. Okay? Matter of fact, since I'm in the this real quick. This is back in Matthew chapter 13. Okay, let me get on the view of it too. I'm just the title of it. Wait 1 second to see. This is come on, man. Thing all glitchy. Look, I'm just reading the regular app there. Matthew 13 and verse 10, it says, and the disciples came and said to him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Right? Because when Yahweh taught, he spoke to them in parables, you know, and it wasn't meant for, you know, the whole multitude to get it. You know? Because look at the word parable. I'm going to spell it for you. Because a parable is something, all right? So, well, I'm going to get the definition on it too. All right? A parable is something that, you know, kind of like written in read what you got.
Parable dictionary. A simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson as told by Yahweh in the Gospels. The parable of the blind man and the elephant.
Go online, the etymology, type it in.
Hi guys.
Parable. Allegorical or metaphorical narrative, usually having a moral for instruction. Saying or story in which something is expressed in terms of something else.
Yeah, so it's like a metaphor, like metaphorically speaking, right? What say meaning on there?
Comparison parable, literally a throwing beside hints, a
hints. It said hints, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's like you know, another word for parable would be like when it breaks down the word pair, right? Break down the word, what did it say?
This is parable descends from the Greek parabole, a comparison, analogy from parabalin, to compare, from the prefix para besides plus, baline to throw. The sense of comparing or throwing an idea beside another is at the heart of the word.
All right, so that's pretty much what parable. It's like a hidden saying, pretty much. It's like a hidden saying or like a riddle, kind of, almost like a riddle. Okay, it says back in Matthew 13:10, and the disciples came and said to him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said to them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So this is Yahweh Shai even speaking to, you know, his disciples, them know, hey, you're the ones that was chosen to receive this mystery. All right, your fellow Israelites that's out over here or out there ain't meant to get it. Okay, that's why when Jake come up, when Jake come up to the camps, they may listen for a while, right? And they can't catch on to because the scripture speak about this truth being like a song, right? They can't catch the tune or rhythm, right, of this truth. And eventually what they'll do, walk off. Or the ones that got heavy demons on there start scoffing, talking shit. because that you know, the Lord got them blocked. All right, that barrier or that what you call it? Like on the superhero thing, like on the Avengers, and they had that force field. Yeah, it's like a force field around us, you know. And you see on like the Avengers, they had that force field before they was able to get in to fight. You know what I'm saying? They had to try to get to that force field. So when we out here in the highways and hedges, and we teaching, doing the work, right? It's like a force field around us. When Yahweh Shah got the angels, all right, having those individuals blocked, all right, that are of our people. That's why it says in Romans 11:7 that what then has Israel? Matter of fact, can you read that, please? The Lord has Israelites that He wants to receive His knowledge, and then He have Israelites that He don't want to receive the knowledge because He got them reserved to a judgment. That's different than the reserved. That's going to be granted salvation, which is the small remnant. You know, and that's scary. That's scary in itself. To know how many of it. Well, not to know exact number, but to know there's many Israelites out here. But the vast majority of our people are going to be put to death by the Lord. You know, you can read it when you get it.
The book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel has not attained that which he seeketh for, but the elect has attained it.
So the election.
The election has attained it, and the rest were blinded.
So read it.
According as it is written, the Most High has given them the spirit of slumber eyes, that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day.
That's right. So who gave it to him? Said the Lord what? Read it again. Says as it is written. Read it again.
According as it is written,
right?
The Most High has given them the spirit of slumber, even eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day.
So the Lord did that. The Lord blocked them. All right. The Lord blocked them. The Lord didn't give them understanding or give them this truth. Period. Okay. So when you see Israelites come up to the camp and they may look right, or you see them walking by, you see like Jake walk by, and they'll look, keep going, or they talk shit, and they walk by, right? That's because the Lord got them blocked. You know. That's why they can't receive it. You know. They can't receive or begin to understand that, okay, what we're teaching is the truth. All right. Most of our people they get mad because they can't understand what's going on. They see their brethren out here, whether we look like them or not, whether we speckled bird Israelites or so-called typical looking Israelite, right? They look at us strange. You know. They look at us very strange. They like, what are these guys doing? What are they out here with the Bible, teaches the Bible for? And they call it the white man's book and all that stuff. You see Jake, how they come up. I teach the white man's book. Then you prove to them that this book damn so-called white man. They look crazy. Okay, let me see. This is how you read one. Can you go to 1 Corinthians 4 and I think it starts about the 8th verse.
1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8.
What does it say?
Now ye are full, now ye are rich. Ye have reigned as kings without us. And I would to the Most High.
Now go to verse 9.
Verse 9. For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world.
Yeah, because this is a spectacle to the world. Right? You know what spectacle is, right? Look, Google it real quick. Look up spectacle. That's really what we are. We're made a spectacle unto the world.
Spectacle, a visually striking performance or display. The acrobatic feats make a good spectacle. There's a real definition of it. Noun, anything presented to the sight or view, especially something of a striking or impressive kind.
Mm-hmm. That's the etymology on it.
Public entertainment, specially prepared or arranged display.
Yeah, because we out here in public. We out here in public, and we're publishing the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And it's strange to people that hear us when we say that Esau, so-called white man, or Esau Edom, and that he's going to stay with the other nations. That's like that hurt our people's heart when they hear that shit. They be like, yo, like, man, like, Esau can't make it. I don't want to go to heaven either then. If he can't make it, you know, that's how our people is, man. You know, Ishmael can't make it. You know?
Hey, it's like the elect only understand justice.
Right.
The elect.
Hey, that's crazy, though, you know? Here it is, the Lord's getting ready to give us real justice for what the heathen have done to us. And they're like, nah. You know, don't bring justice. Don't bring justice, Lord. Let's live among the heathen. Let us be trodden down. Let us remain in ghettos and reservations and shit. You know, that's how Jake think. The barrios. Let's remain in the barrios. You know. You know.
Pretty sad, bro.
Go ahead. I think it's Isaiah 30 and 12. You know.
I got Isaiah 55.
When you done with that, read Isaiah 30 and 12.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 55. It's 51, huh? That's 55. Oh, crap. Fair enough.
You all right? Jake,
See the Isaiah 50. Oh, here it is, 12. Isaiah 51, verse 12. Even I am he that comforted you. Who art thou? That thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the son of man which shall be made as grass. And forgettest the Lord thy maker, that has stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor.
See? Read that part again.
And forgettest the Lord thy maker,
If forgets the Lord thy maker, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
that has stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth,
Right, the living power. Right, go ahead.
and has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor.
Yeah, they fear the oppressor, but they don't fear the one that put the oppressor above you, that made him to be your oppressor. I was doing a lesson earlier. I was going to about that. I was going to the fact of how the Lord sent our enemies against us. You know what I'm saying? I brought out Isaiah 42. You can read it. Isaiah 42 and verse 24. Because that's what they do. They fear Esau. They don't fear. Jake feared Esau instead of the Lord. Okay. Go ahead.
Isaiah 42, verse 24. Who gave Jacob for a spoil?
Yeah, who gave Jacob, the nation of Israel, the Israelites, for a spoil? Go ahead.
and Israel to the robbers.
and Israel to the robbers. Go ahead.
Did not the Most High, he against whom we have sinned?
And there you go. There you go. Was it all that verse?
No, it's more.
Go, keep reading. It said, did not the Lord, did not Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, give you over to spoilers and robbers, whom we have sinned against Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah? Right? What is sin? We broke the law. Sin is breaking the law. Right? Because that's what the Lord gave us. Behold, I have taught you, what did Moses tell us? What the Lord said, behold, I have given you statutes and judgments to live by, given us a law, that we may do them, perform them, and fear him. I mean, hey man, that's what we was given was, the way how to live before Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Yeah, you go bring it out.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of God.
Yeah, because we know that the law of the Most High can't save us. But what did Paul say in Romans 3:31? That we establish the law. We also bring out Judges 5:11, that we rehearse righteous acts, which is what? The acts of the law. Yeah, we can't keep it perfectly, but it say rehearse. All right? The scriptures say it's a shadow of things to come. Because right now we can't keep it perfectly, but that's the reason why the Lord going to change us. That's the reason of us getting that immortal body. All right, we've been changed from being mortal to immortal, right? Meaning we're never going to die, right? Not everybody, but the Israelites. We're going to become immortal. All right, we're going to be, the Lord going to write his law in our inward parts. He's going to program us to be perfect. See? And we ain't going to go off because why? The Lord going to create us to be perfect. We're going to be perfected. All right? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. We'll read more of that verse. It says, For there be many that perish in his life because they despise the law of God.
Yeah, part of the law of the Most High is how to eat too. You try to tell Jake stop eating, swine's flesh, which is pork. Stop eating crab and lobster. Because Apostle Bar made a video. And it said, reference, he entitled like basically how they I know the title too, but basically how Jake make abominable food to be delicacy food, right? Because that's how they follow out the Esau when it comes to eating crab and lobster. They make crab and lobster to be a delicate food when that's a goddamn bottom feeder, man. Those things eat feces. Don't even the doctor say that you are what you eat? That's why it stink when you see Jake eating that. You ride by Red Lobster, it's stinking there. You smell shrimp being cooked, it stinks. Crab, lobster, that shit stinks. Because that's some filthy, abominable food. Catfish. And Jake look at it like it's just the food to eat. I mean, you see what I mean on steak and shrimp. The woman of Judah, the nigga woman, she got her big ass jumbo shrimp. She doing all kind of, Allen Iverson moves in the fucking the cocktail sauce. She doing all kind of moves and ducking in there and then ducking in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm being funny, but that's how they eat it though. Take some crab and they sucking all on it and butter all in their mouth. I seen how Jake eat that crab. you have a fish fry, like you said, catfish, right? When Jake have a fish fry, the main fish they got is catfish. Fish that's lawful, they don't want that fish. You know?
Perch fishing, dude.
They don't eat the perch. They don't want the red snapper. No, Benjamin said the red snapper. You know, they don't want the red snapper. Yeah, you know, something that got fins and scales, like Scripture say. Eat the things that got fins and scales, man. Because that's good unto us, you know, to our, you know, that's good nourishment, you know, or good, food that come out of the waters. Jake gotta eat alligator, gotta have snake, crawfish, you know, catfish nuggets, catfish fillets. It be like knowing the truth, man. You make you, like the scripture say. Well, as King Solomon said, it make you sorrowful, man. He that increases the wisdom increases sorrow, man. Because yeah, we see like, you know, you're not supposed to be eating that, right? And you tell Jake will cuss you out. You know, you tell Jake what to eat and not to eat, they'll cuss you out, man. Right? Because righteousness is far from Jake's mind right now. You know? That's why the Lord said He's going to turn away ungodliness from Jacob. And that starts with the remnant, the elect. Because most of these Israelites ain't going to get right out here, man. All right? But like I want to go back to that 1 Corinthians 4, 9, you know. I want to bring that out. That 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. Because by me saying the things we just, you know, I just was saying, that makes us strange to our people. What you mean you can't eat no pork? Why? The Lord said don't eat it. That's why I'm in slavery, as it is this very day. All right, go ahead.
Look at 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world.
Right.
And
public show. Yeah, that's what it is. You made a public show. Go ahead.
And to angels and to men.
And to angels and to men. Go ahead. Because the angels always around. All right, the angels always around, okay? Go ahead.
For we are fools for Hamashiach's sake.
Yeah, we're fools for Yahweh's sake. Because the Lord said what? In 1 Corinthians, the first chapter, matter of fact, go over there real quick where it says, by the foolishness of preaching. Go get that real quick. And the first chapter of that same book, 1 Corinthians 1, about maybe the 20-something verse. It says it says by the foolishness of preaching.
27. Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 27. But the Most High has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And the Most High has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And base things of the world and things which are despised has the Most High chosen. Yea.
Because we despise among men. You know, people pretend like they oh yeah, you know, brother, yeah. I see you downtown, I see this. You know, when you see them, I see some of these jakes at the, I go to the store sometimes. You go out, get you some Yun, you know. I go buy my Yun, you know, my strong drink sometimes. Have a little, you know, shot, you know. Have a little drink, right? And you go to the stores, right? And the Jake, they know you. They be ashamed to speak to you at the stores. When everybody, you know, they know who you are, they know you be down, you know, teaching, you know, doing the will of the Lord. They don't want to associate themselves with you. I feel good about that. I feel good about that. The scriptures say, woe unto you when men shall speak good of you. You know? Go ahead.
It says, and base things of the world and things which are despised, as the Most High has chosen. Yea, of things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence. But of him are ye in a Mashiach Yahushua.
Don't say, had not the, what's that, verse 20, 21 says, had not the Most High made the wisdom of this world foolishness? It says,
20.
huh?
Verse 20.
Yeah, it should say by the foolishness of preaching.
Oh, verse 21.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, read 20.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians,
That's why I call for.
chapter 1, verse 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world?
Yeah,
Has not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world?
yeah, because the wisdom of this world is really foolishness. You know, you got people out here believe the earth is flat. You got people out here believe you can be multiracial. You know, you could be Italian, black, German. You know, all kind of madness, man. That's confusion. The Lord said that who your father is, that's who you are, and who his father is. So on, so forth down the line. By the house of they declared the pedigree by the house of their fathers. The pedigree is bloodline. All right, go ahead.
For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High.
Yeah, the word about wisdom knew not the Most High. Okay, go ahead.
It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Yeah, so this is a foolish thing to the Heavenly Father because He don't need us. The Heavenly Father don't need us, but this is what is pleasing to Him. All right. This is what's pleasing to the Heavenly Father. That's why He has us come out here on the highways and hedges. All right, by the foolishness of preaching, to save them that believe. It's nothing for the Lord to just come back and just grab His elect and destroy the rest. It's nothing for the Lord to do that. But this is how He purposed things to be, you know. Now go back to the 4th chapter where we left off at. No, we had the Lord's mercy. We had the Heavenly Father's mercy, man. The Lord don't need us to speak for Him, but He wants us to publish His message. This is what He wants. You know? That's why the scriptures say, "Can the clay say unto the potter, Thou hast made me thus?" This is the Most High's will. And what did Paul say? For whoever resisted His will. The script was already made. We're just living out the script. That's all we're simply doing. All right, this is what it is, man. Go ahead.
Verse.
When you left off at in the 4th chapter, about the 10th verse, something like that, 11th verse.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 10. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach.
Yeah, because really, we're the real wise men. You know, from the apostles on down. Apostles, the elders, elder bishops. You know, we those young brothers that received this, knowledge, wisdom, understanding the scripture through those men. All right, so from the apostles on down, we're really the wise men in the world. Because we got real wisdom, which is coming from the Lord. All right, go ahead.
But ye are wise in Hamashiach, we are weak, but ye are strong.
They look at us as weak vessels. But what they're gonna find out is that the Lord has made His men. Because when the Lord lives up that standard, all right, that's when people gonna really take us seriously. And the scripture saying that they have thy power, thy people shall be willing. So when the Lord lives up that standard, the Lord's men gonna receive that power, and the rest of our people gonna be looking afraid. Yeah, you gotta imagine, man, like, or visualize, when the Lord lives up that standard, gives His men spiritual powers, and the rest of our people looking on, engaging on, because they don't know what's going on. They're gonna be terrified. You know? Go ahead.
Ye are honorable, but we are despised.
Yeah, because we're doing the honorable work. We're doing the honorable work. We eat this roll, and we go out to the house of Israel to come in and go to house in the field, like I was telling them earlier. You know, we're doing our best to do the Lord's will to turn the children of the hearts of the children unto the Father, just like John the Baptist was doing, which was Elijah in the reincarnation. Okay, that's what we're doing. Go ahead. So remember, brothers, we're doing an honorable work. We're doing what's commanded of us. We're being obedient. All right, we're being obedient children. Okay, go ahead.
Even unto this present hour we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place.
That's right, because hey, brothers, some brothers ain't got it like, you know, some brothers ain't got no place to live. Some brothers live, you know, meal to meal. Some brothers live check to check. You know, some brothers, you know, go house to house. Then the Lord, you know, give them something, because the Lord prove us, and through these things we go through, it's to prove us and to make us hard. Okay, we're not given comfortability. We're not made to be comfortable. Okay, because comfortability that destroys the man, all right, mentally. Okay, comfortability cause you to lose focus. Guys that lay up and are comfortable, that makes you, comfortability makes a man weak, man.
Pretty sad.
Go ahead.
Book of St. Matthew chapter 5 verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, because that's why you know, people talk shit against us. They say, oh, you know, they call us, you know, that stigma of putting that black on the Hebrew Israelites. When you got us so-called Native Americans and Hispanics out here too. You know? So yeah, blessed are us that's persecuted for righteousness' sake, because ours are the kingdom of heaven. That's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to endure until the end, so that the Lord grants salvation to give them the chariot when He come. All right, and so that what we can be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven. All right, that's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for salvation, man. Spiritually though, spiritually fighting. Okay, not physically, but spiritually. Go ahead. Well, that's on that. Go to there's a precept on the ground. This is we fight for salvation. That's why 2 Peter 3 and verse 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9, it says, the Lord is not slack concerning His promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Right? Because Israelites, as a whole, all right, most of our people are not going to come to repentance. All right, they're not going to acknowledge the offense and seek Yahweh Shem Shah. That's why there's a 2/3 scripture. All right, there's only a remnant of us going to turn unto the Lord and seek His face. Okay, which is what? How we seek the Lord? Through the Word. Okay, through the scriptures. So He says, verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works they are therein shall be burned up. Because when you know the scriptures for the judgment of Babylon the Great, or the daughter of Babylon, which is America, the Lord said He's going to overthrow it as in the day when He overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And how did the Lord overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? By fire. And the scriptures tell you what? That the Lord had created the missiles for His purpose. That's what Isaiah 54:16 about. That's the, go to Isaiah 54:16. And that's the fervent heat right there. You know, also Isaiah 34, it says the Lord had to sacrifice in Basra. Basra is the capital of Esau's possession. Today, what's Esau's possession? He's in rulership, right? And the top of his rulership, the top of his government is right here in America. That's why everything is carried out through America. When Esau want to go and war with somebody, or a nation or a country, he do it through America. Okay? Woe to her that is filthy. Okay? Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coils in the fire.
In the coals, in the fire. Go ahead. The smith is the scientist.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
Yeah.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
Yeah, the waster to destroy. Now you look up the word smith, right? Look it up real quick. Go to the etymology of the word smith. Smith.
Yeah, it's forge, weapon.
Yeah, forge. Yeah. Well, bring it up. Someone who forges metal. Weapon. Yep.
Etymology, smith, definition, blacksmith, armorer, one who works in metal.
One who works in metal. Well, ain't the missiles made of metal? Exactly. Go ahead.
More broadly, handicraftsman, practitioner of skilled manual arts, including carpenters, skilled worker.
Should say forges in metal. It should say that. Even though we know that's what it means too, but you know.
To cut, work with a sharp instrument.
Sharp. Well, they're gonna say that. They're gonna say that. Hey, go read it. Read it. Isaiah 54. Read it. That bringing forth. It says bringing forth an instrument for His work. Man.
Isaiah 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument."
That bringeth forth an instrument. One who, with the definition said that one who creates a sharp instrument, right?
Right.
So that's what the scientists do. Okay, go ahead. They create the nuclear weapon. All right. You got the ICBM missiles, and they got the hypersonic missiles too now. All right, go ahead.
His work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
He created the waster to destroy, which is the missile. Okay. It's also known as the waster. It's going to waste. What's it going to do? It's going to waste a lot of people. Okay. Bring it up.
Go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 16.
Talking about when they say the mighty archer. It should be about around 10 to 12. It's the beginning of 2nd Esdras 16.
16, verse 16.
Should be before 16.
I found it, yeah. 2nd Esdras 16, verse 16. Like as an arrow which a shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards.
And the Most High is the archer. The Most High is the archer, man. Like in the ancient times, you have an archer that have a bow and arrow, and you know, an expert archer, or you know, one that shoots a bow and arrow. You know, he's the top of the chain. With the silo, because the missile will be the arrow, and what shoots out the missiles, the silo. All right, go ahead.
Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me.
Matter of fact, you should have read a verse before that. It said when they should be shot to the ends of the earth, they should not miss. What did 15 say?
Verse 13.
13? Yeah.
2 Esther 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand
There you go.
that bendeth the bow,
For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
his arrow.
Righteous judgment. All right? Righteous judgment is coming. Or justifiable anger is coming. Okay? That's why the missile's going to be shot. The righteous judgment to judge this place you call America. All right, go ahead.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss.
It shall not miss. The scriptures tell you that they should not break their ranks. When the Lord shoot these missiles off, they're not going to break their ranks. And it says they should climb the walls. All right? Because this place is going to be laid flat, man. It's going to be made a desert, man. All right? Go ahead.
When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Into the ends of the world. All right? Especially America. America's going to be totally destroyed by the Lord. The city of confusion. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth.
There you go. You jump to 16 now. 16.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again.
This is Psalms 144 and verse 5. It says, Bow thy heavens, O Lord, O Yahweh, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning, and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows, and destroy them. Send thine hand upon... Yo, man, that's gonna be awesome right there, yo. Hey, see this place go out. And the scriptures say, thus with great violence shall Babylon, that great city Babylon, will be destroyed. And it's gonna take the Heavenly Father 1 hour to destroy this place. All right, 1 hour, man. 60 minutes. All right, think about all the land of America. In 60 minutes, the Lord going to lay it flat. It's going to burn it all up. That's just a judgment. All right, that's a heavy judgment. Okay, it says that's it. Another one. Let me see here.
Malachi.
Got one in Malachi? Okay. You can bring it out. You got it.
The book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 1. This is for, behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
And it just burns the oven. That's why the missiles, right? The missiles going to, what the oven produce? The oven's made to produce heat. What's going to create the heat? The missiles. Come on, man. Read it again.
For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh.
The day that cometh shall burn them up. Because it tell you in, what's that, Zechariah 14 and 12, this should be the plague. Read it in Zechariah 14 and 12. This should be the plague, all right, for all of them that fall against Jerusalem. That's basically, it's a prophecy of when the missiles hit, all right, how they're going to, fry the people. Read it.
Book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people.
Yeah, the plague of the arrows, missiles. Go ahead.
That have fought against Jerusalem.
All you that fought against Jerusalem, are you heathen? And you 2/3 too, man. I gotta keep it funky, man. A lot of people, man, they fight against us too. Remember that the Israelites put the prophets to death in ancient times. That's why Yahweh Shai said that, O thou that killest the prophets. You know? So the ones that's over here in this land, 2/3 in this land, you're gonna have to eat the missiles too. Go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Yeah, the flesh gonna consume away because the fire that's gonna be produced by the missiles. Okay, go ahead.
And their eyes shall consume away in their
Yeah,
holes.
the eyes will consume away in their holes. Okay. Go ahead.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Yeah, this is what the scriptures are speaking about right here, man. All right. This right here is a depiction, okay, of what he's reading. Okay, the missiles. Okay, the missiles. See, both sides instrument of death. See the ICBM missiles. This is what's going to take America out. Okay. Go, is anything on that? Go to Isaiah 34. Close.
With Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Most High is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood,
Yep.
and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved.
All the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. Keep going. What's going to dissolve it? And heat.
And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
The heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, which shall have the mushroom cloud right here. This is what it's talking about. Okay, go ahead. This is why I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish up with 2 Peter 3rd chapter. This is what's talking about the elements being melted with fervent heat. Go ahead.
And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven,
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea,
which are the Edomites,
and upon the people of my curse, to judgment.
and they the people of the Lord's curse. Okay. Go ahead.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra.
Yeah, you look up Basra. Real quick, get ready to close. But, look up Basra real quick. Type it in. Basra. R-A-H. Basra. Just type it in. On Google, let's see what come up.
Basra means sheepfold or enclosure in Hebrew, and was a pastoral city in Edom, southeast of the Dead Sea. According to the biblical narrative, it was the home city of one of Edom's kings, Jobab's son of Zerah, and the homeland of Jacob's twin brother Esau.
Yeah, so that's the main city of Mount Seir. You go into history, I believe they had two main cities or two capitals. The greater of the two was Basra. I always say Bosra. You say that too. Some people pronounce it that way. Go ahead. Go back to the scripture now.
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood, is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Most High has a sacrifice in Basra.
So we know that's talking about the main capital of Esau's possession, all right, Edom's possession, which would be comparable to America today. All right, go ahead.
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
There you go. All right. Now there's many more precepts to bring out. But you get the point. There's a lot of scripture that talks about the destruction of this place. You know? This is back in 2 Peter, 2nd chapter. Back in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. Yeah, I got you. Uh, 2 Peter 3, and I was at verse 11. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? All right, because actually no, I'm at verse 10. Shalaki, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? All right, because your mind should be, focused on the will of the Lord, man. Because the will of the Lord, especially for America, the Lord's going to destroy it. So if you're looking to build or stay here in America, if your mind is focused on America, you're going to be destroyed with it. If you're an Israelite, because the Lord's going to bring us out of here, man. That's why America is going down the way it's going down. This place is, you look at America, America is rapidly falling. Rapidly falling. Now, it didn't seem like it, before you learn this truth. And then, probably the elders and the apostles have been doing this for years, right? Decades, right? But for us young brothers, like, man, these things are happening like back to back. Because why? The Lord is getting ready to bring this place to its end. So we're living in the time of great judgments getting ready to take place. And so with that, Lord willing, you were edified. With today's street ministry. Want to say shalom again to the the apostles, the elders, our great millstone, Ruel, and who have taught us knowledge. I want to say shalom to them and shalom to the Akim, that's pushing the words of truth. All right, come out to do his work week in and week out. Shalom to you all. Shalom to the few Akwap that believe and the few sisters that believe as well. Shalom to the holy elect. Because we almost out of here. We gotta keep pushing. Keep doing the work. Even though you may have a rough week, you gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep fighting. You gotta keep contending for the faith. So with that, shalom, abab, abal. Next week, Lord willing. All right, shalom.